Hi guys, I'm making an impromptu video because I went to Sephora and smelled a bunch of perfumes that I was very curious about. So I just wanted to share my thoughts, and there was one perfume that I purchased a full size of, my first perfume of 2024 full size bottle, my first full size bottle. I also bought a travel, but we'll get into it. Most of these thoughts are going to be somewhat negative because it's just my opinion. And also remember that I am trying to be very brutal and have a lot of discernment when it comes to perfume so that I don't end up buying perfumes that I don't love. And as you guys know, I'm on a low buy, so I'm only trying to buy things that I absolutely love. So one of the first ones I went to go smell because I was very curious about, I was shopping around at Sephora and I was like, wait, I gotta go try some perfumes. I went and found the Kayali section and found Eden Sparkling Lychee because I was very curious about it. Because I love fruity scents, I love Kayali. Well, I love Kayali's Yum Pistachio, and I was kind of curious to see if they did it again, if they did something as amazing as that. Because when I smelled Yum Pistachio, it felt like something I had never smelled, and it smells delicious to me, but also very unique in not a weird niche way, you know? Like, it smells familiar, but yet very unique. So that's why I was curious about Eden Sparkling Lychee. And I do like it, it just wasn't amazing. It wasn't anything great, and it actually smelled kind of like a really nice Bath and Body Works fruity mist that a young person would wear. Kind of like champagne toast, just like a very fruity, bright, airy vibe to it. And I definitely would buy it if it was like a quarter of the price. If it was like $20, $30, maybe $40, I would totally buy it. Because I wouldn't mind having that like to wear on an everyday basis. I wouldn't mind having it, but I'm not super excited to go buy it. I'm not gonna pay that price tag. Maybe in the future, maybe if I had a lot less perfumes, maybe. But even then, it does kind of have like a musky base that I don't love. I like it, so I like it. I would rate it about a 7. And I'm currently trying not to bring anything into my collection that's not like 8, 9, 10, you know? And then when I was just looking around in the fragrance section, I saw Vanilla Sex by Tom Ford, and I was a little curious about it. I'm not really a Tom Ford person. I don't think that I would ever pay for their perfumes. I love their packaging, they're cute, very luxurious, very expensive, completely out of my price range. And from what I've smelled before, the scents, like the smells, don't smell like the price. I think you're paying for the beautiful packaging and you're paying for the label and the name, you know, but I don't know if you're getting a good quality perfume. So I smelled Vanilla Sex and I was pretty underwhelmed. I still thought that it would smell kind of like an expensive vanilla, like the way that an expensive lady would smell like vanilla. But right away, it reminded me of something that I already own that I like, but I don't love as much. And I kept smelling it, like I kept going back to see if there was a little bit more. And honestly, it just smelled like this perfume that I'm about to show you guys. I'm about to show you because if you get this perfume I'm going to show you, you're literally going to smell pretty much like Vanilla Sex from Tom Ford. That's like a crazy, hyped up, expensive perfume. It smelled exactly like Tonka by Solinotes that you can buy at Target. This perfume smells like vanilla and something kind of like sparkling almond. It smells really, really good. I actually really like this. I actually think I love this. Never mind. I almost kind of had it on the chopping block, but no, this is so lovely. And this is called Tonka, and because of the almond and like the almond cherry association, it's almost like you get a hint of cherry in there. Almost like a hint of cherry, but not really. It's mostly just like that almond that we're used to. You know that Jergens cherry almond kind of scent? It's like that, but very soft and obviously very heavy on the Tonka, which I'm sure if you go look at the notes of Vanilla Sex, you're gonna find almond, you're gonna find vanilla, you're gonna find Tonka, and maybe like an ambery base. And that's this. It's literally, the notes are very similar. The scent is almost identical. I almost want to say this one smells a bit creamier, only because I think there was something in there that people noticed, like a weird musk. Or maybe because I've just had this longer, but this smells like a beautiful creamy Tonka almondy vanilla type of perfume, and pretty much to me like almost identical to Vanilla Sex by Tom Ford. So the next one that I was pretty curious about, because I almost purchased it but I stopped myself because I know better, was Sol de Janeiro Cheirosa 59, that new one. that white musk in there really, it really made me hesitate to get it, even though you can get a bottle for only $24. I still didn't think that it would be a good fit. I don't think me and that perfume would vibe, you know? And I smelled it, and this was one of the last things I smelled, so take my thoughts and opinion with a grain of salt. It was gross. Like, I was like, this is a perfume? Like, people are buying this, people are selling this, somebody decided to even sell this. It wasn't like repulsive, but it was just like, why is this a perfume? Like, why are they selling this? It didn't even smell like a perfume that I don't like. It didn't smell like something that's not my taste. It smelled like a scent that was very random, like maybe how like some mosquito repellent would smell. It's like a scent that you tolerate. It's not bad, but there was nothing appealing to it. And even when I don't like a fragrance, I can see how it would appeal to somebody else. If I smell a scent that has a note that I don't like, I'm like, oh, okay, I don't like it, but I can see why people that like this note would like it. But when I smelled Cheirosa 59, I was like, I don't see how anybody would like this. It kind of smelled like a random mosquito repellent, like some deep, not necessarily the smell of those, but just like something that has a smell that you only just tolerate because you have to, like a random cleaning product that they tried to make it a better scent. It was something in there slightly unpleasant, but just like I said, it was weird. Like, I can't even believe that they're selling that. I feel bad to say that because I love Sol de Janeiro. Cheirosa 62 is like the OG of gourmand scents, pistachio. Like, they did their thing with that one. I feel like they know fragrance, except I don't know what they were thinking. So I also went to go smell the new Jackie Aina ones. I was gonna buy the little set that has like the 4 samples, but they sold out right away at Sephora. I literally, like, as soon as they came in, I think they even sold out before the sale started. I did get to smell them, and I really liked one. And then the one that I was hoping to, the one that I was like 100% sure I'm gonna love this, and I actually tried to order like at least a travel size of it, and it was sold out at Sephora, and that's the one I didn't like. So the one that I was expecting to love, like if you look at the notes, it's literally like, it's right up my alley. It should have been my type of fragrance. It has like raspberry, I think vanilla, patchouli. It has all the things I love. And when I smelled it, it reminded me instantly of like YSL's Mon Paris because of the berries, but then it also very much reminded me of the patchouli that's in fragrances like Jimmy Choo, where they literally smell like nail polish remover. So mostly all I got was kind of like a raspberry nail polish remover. I don't think that that's the fault of the fragrance notes. I think it's the chemicals that are in it or the exact ingredients. It's more like on the ingredients. The ingredient that they use for patchouli that a lot of fragrances use, kind of like cheaper ones, but also just a lot of fragrances, because even like Jimmy Choo and Calvin Klein, all of these companies use this ingredient for patchouli, and it literally smells like nail polish remover to me and to a few other people, because I have noticed people say that. So unfortunately, although the fragrance probably would have been beautiful, that weird patchouli, nail polish remover patchouli, was a big time no. And then the purple one, NDA, that one smelled like a spiced vanilla, kind of little bit floral. That one smelled very much like a niche perfume, but not like me at all. I don't know if it had amber or just the spices. It was just very much not me, but it was also light, and I found them all to be kind of light, a little bit like unserious. I don't know how you explain that. Like, just like they didn't have as much character and depth as I was expecting from Jackie Aina, because Jackie Aina, she's a very fancy lady. Like, she likes her fancy things. I could totally see her rocking NDA, but also even like the You Remind Me Of is the white one. That was very musky, a little bit powdery, a little bit like mature, and I mean mature in a good way, a little like vintagey mature. So I like that aspect of it, but I'm not a big musk person. But it still smelled like very comforting and warm and a little bit embracing, maybe like a light floral powdery skin kind of vibe, because of the white musk to me smelled very skin-like. So that's not one that I would like. And the one that I do really like is, it's called Hard to Get, and it's the one in the yellow bottle. And that one, there's a citrusy in it. There's like, I think it's like citrine or lemon. I'm not sure what the note exactly is, but it smells like a creamy vanilla lemon, but bright. It's still very bright. So it's almost like Lyra. It's not like a dupe for Lyra, but it's like if Lyra's younger springtime sister. So if you're into citrusy lemony scents, maybe like lemon candy or like lemon gelato, kind of like that, because it's very sweet, sugary lemon. So I really liked it. I would give it like a 7.5. I don't know if it's enough, if I like it enough to bring it into my collection at the moment. If I didn't have as much perfumes as I did, I think that I would. Like, I really like it, but there's something that I liked better, so I did go with the one I liked more. And if you didn't see my last video, Skylar released a hair and body mist, which I do really like. It's that same yummy powdery cotton candy smell, minus the alcoholiness that comes with a perfume. So I really like it. It's a plastic bottle, so you could throw it in your purse. I have been using it. I sprayed it in my hair. So far, I haven't found it to be very long lasting, but I do really enjoy this, so just wanted to let you guys know. The other thing that I had purchased was Strawberry Letter. This is kind of a newer release by Fleur, and I wanted to go smell Father Figure. It's a fig perfume from Fleur as well, but they didn't have it. They didn't have a tester for it, so I couldn't smell it, and I didn't want to blind buy another Fleur perfume because I don't know if that aroma chemicals that are in here run in their DNA. And this is a very lovely fragrance. It's like a sparkling strawberry with a very dense, deep, kind of aroma chemically, but not ISO-y super kind of perfume. It's pretty much a dupe for Burberry Her Intense, so if you missed out on that one or if you wanted that one, this pretty much does the same thing. This type of aroma chemical that's in here is also very similar to Golden Hour by Goldfield and Banks. I really like it. I especially like to layer something like this with a fruitier berry kind of body mist just to balance it out, because this is kind of thick and like very intense. So I love to layer something like this with a really bright berries, even something like Strawberry Pound Cake from Bath & Body Works or any berry scent. I love this for layering. I'm really glad that I got this bottle because it'll serve a good purpose for me to layer without feeling like I need to use up the whole bottle, you know? So I'm really glad that I got just this travel. But I had already shown you guys those two. Let me show you what I just bought at Sephora. So I had to. This is so dumb because I literally said that I was done with Valentino perfumes. And then look at me. Look at me. It is what it is. I went to go smell it. I had smelled this already at Ulta, and I was like, wow, this is really nice. I don't love the jasmine, but I don't have an issue with it. But the greenness, the tea notes, the brightness, it gives me like all the springtime vibes, and I really fell in love with it. I really wanted to buy a bottle because I didn't get any of that ISO-y super, because that's the main reason why I didn't want Valentino fragrances anymore, because I'm tired of all the ISO-y super that they put in there. All the male colognes and almost all of the women's perfumes have way too much ISO-y super. So I'm hoping that it doesn't show up later with the development of the fragrance, you know, as it sits there and macerates. But either way, I plan to finish it fast and use it up, hopefully just during this whole summer. I mean, it's a cute little bottle. It's a little case, but I like that it has a little case because it protects it. I feel safer to throw it in my bag, and that's what I like it for. I feel like I'm gonna use this up during this spring and summer. It's very green. I love the tea. What this reminded me of right away was one of my favorite perfumes of all time, which is Matcha Meditation by Replica, except this is the spring summertime version of something like that. This has the jasmine, it has the green tea, and it just has like that green vibe that I really like. So this is like a summertime version of something like that. They're not dupes or anything like that, but it just reminded me of that because of the jasmine and the tea. So I'm very excited to wear this and get some use out of it. And I am going to go ahead and when I love a perfume, I'm going to get a travel size because that way I don't spend all the money as a full bottle. I don't continue to grow my full bottle collection, but I still get to enjoy the fragrance while I love it. And I actually think this might be like a really good idea. I saw Amy Glam has been doing that. And I kind of thought she was just doing it so that way she could purchase a lot, because I know she has to like review a lot of fragrances so that way she doesn't end up with a big bottle. But I actually see the point to just buy these because I go through phases with the perfume. So I go through phases with perfumes, especially when I first get them, where I'm totally in love, I totally love it. and then either something new comes along or the season changes or I fall in love with something else in my collection and then I'm kind of obsessed with that one for a little bit. So the one I was in love with sometimes just kind of gets put on the back burner. And having travel sizes is a great way to enjoy the perfume while you still love it, because sometimes I no longer love it. After some time I go back to it and I'm totally over it, and sometimes I can re-fall in love with it and be like, oh, why did I ever stop wearing this? So buying travels might be my new thing. I'm still gonna try not to overdo it, obviously, but this might be the way to still enjoy fragrances but not overdo it. Okay, lastly, I did get one bottle. I bought Princess by Kilian, the Eau Fresh version. And this is a blind buy. And this has to be a blind buy because this is an online only. They don't have any testers at any stores. Like, it literally says when you buy it, online only. It's like available only online. And also I loved Princess, but because I love tea and fragrances. I just talked about Matcha Meditation, that one, the Valentino one. And this is supposed to be a green tea fragrance with some marshmallow, but like a summery springtime version of it. And they also don't have a travel available for this. I recently got rid of my full-size bottle of Princess. Well, I haven't got rid of it, but I decluttered it, but it's still sitting there. I have to sell it because of the benzoin. After some time sitting there, the benzoin got too strong for me and I don't love it anymore. But I still loved the memory of that DNA, like how it used to smell before. So I wanted something similar, which this is supposed to be that. This is supposed to be everything. So I'm hoping that it doesn't have aroma chemicals, that it doesn't have too much benzoin, and that it smells like a fresh, bright tea fragrance with some marshmallow sweetness. So I'm very excited. You guys are gonna open this with me, and I hope this goes well. Wish me luck. I'm very excited. I'm so excited, but I'm also so nervous because I'm so picky now. My nose is so picky that I'm very, very nervous. The bottle is cute. I love a clear bottle. I'm getting like a fresh guy cologne, but I'm good with that. It smells like a cologne so far, but I'm okay with that. I don't have any issue with it yet. This smells like something I've smelled before. It smells like something from like 2005. I'm definitely getting bergamot. I think I read that you were gonna get a lot of bergamot in the opening because I'm definitely getting very citrusy. It smells very unisex so far. I'm guessing because of the bergamot, but it's supposed to dry down better. It's very green. I'm getting maybe a hint of tea, but mostly bergamot so far, and it's very, very green. And it doesn't smell artificial in any way. I'm not getting any kind of aroma chemical or this like artificialness that I get from a lot of fragrances. This smells like springtime and summertime and like a picnic. I just out and about. I'm not getting a lot of like the sweetness or the feminine to it, but I'm still really, really liking it. It smells very like uncomplicated. Just, I don't think that this is for the fruity people. I don't think that this is for the gourmand people. I think it's a good spring and summer fragrance. All I'm getting so far is, I let a couple minutes pass by, and all I'm getting so far is still that bergamot. I really, really like it. It smells pretty unisex. It doesn't smell like a super expensive or fancy perfume. It doesn't smell maybe like the price, but honestly, $120, this was $120. Even most designer fragrances are around that same price. So far, I think I really like it. I actually do think it was worth it because I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of wear out of this. It's smelling like a creamy bergamot. I love lemon and I like lime and I like things like that, so that's just me. It does smell like something I could maybe find in a guy's section. It smells like if it's kind of masculine, it's like a young guy. I think I'm really, really liking it. Honestly, I'm gonna give it like an 8.5 so far, but I will post up there like what happened throughout the video because I'm not going to edit this for a couple days. So like what happened and how it continued to wear, and if I still love it or if it's like a no. But so far I'm very happy with this purchase. I do think it was worth it, and I think it's like an 8.5 so far. So editing Carmen here. Actually, I realized that this smells almost exactly like Calvin Klein's CK1, that unisex fragrance that used to be very popular back in the day. I do like that scent. I've always thought it was a nice scent. I don't think that this perfume is actually worth it to pay $120 to get basically an almost exact dupe. Like once it's on, once you're wearing it, and just the whiffs that come out in the air, It's almost identical to Calvin Klein CK1, and I like that scent. I think that I could wear that scent. I just don't want to pay Killian prices for a perfume that smells like Calvin Klein. I hope that makes sense. So most likely I will be returning it. Please don't be mad at me. So that is my conclusion on Killian Princess Eau Fresh. So that's it for my video, guys. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thanks for being here and listening to my random opinions. Let me know if you guys are interested in any of these, if you guys have tried any of these, or your thoughts on any of them. Sometimes hearing what somebody else thinks, or if they agree, like kind of validates what you think. Or sometimes you're not even sure and then somebody points you in like the right direction. You're like, yes, that makes sense. Does that make sense? But I really like the feedback. I really like to hear what you guys think about some of these fragrances or how they worked out for you. And I will see you guys in my next video. I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye. Side note, I love the smell, but I'm not getting princess from it. I can't see a princess smelling like bergamot, you know? Just saying. It's more like I'm a princess and I borrowed my prince's cologne.